got some questions to answer here. I'm joined here by, I guess, Young Doc, as staff refers to Young Doc here. I don't know. Are you going to provide much? All right, strong silent type, or basically skeletal silent type. So, a couple of questions. I think
this guy
some of these are. You made history by bringing C-Law and C-Val broadcast to Boise State from Riot. What challenges did you face during this process, and how did you overcome them to achieve such a groundbreaking accomplishment? The types of challenges that we faced is that we're a budget studio compared to Riot Studios, and we wanted it to look and feel like their show without the benefit of massive LED walls, complex camera maneuvers. Actually, maybe the biggest achievement for us, I mean, the thing that helped us overcome that, is that we made the decision that we weren't ever going to throw to a break or a countdown. That once the broadcast started, we would go to studio to desk, studio to desk. We would just go back and forth between these live environments and not ever go to a break. And that was a big commitment, because that means you have to fill all those things. So there you go, C-Val, C-Law. It was pretty cool. Had to get out of the way to make it work. Are there any strategies or support systems that you've implemented to help students excel both academically and in esports? Truly, the system that we have in place, if we can call it that system, is that we just try to recruit great students that are also really good at the game. But we say our recruiting strategy is Colorado West, 3.8 or higher. I always like to have parents on the first call, and if students are not willing to have their parents involved, that student's probably not a very good option for us, because the truth is they need to come from a strong academic background based on the amount of staff we have dedicated to what we do and our ability to follow up. We'll be connected to athletics in the future, and we'll be able to use some of those resources, but we haven't had them. So our academic success has been largely based on the people we've selected. And I've had to have some hard conversations with students saying, I'll just be honest with you, I don't know how academically successful you'll be here with your history and your unwillingness to kind of get family involved and engaged in these things. Students are going to mess up. They just are. Not everybody makes that 4.0 run. I sure didn't. But we need that system around us to get active. And the game has to be an important part of their life, but not the most important part of their life, right? They have to, choosing people that want to come here because they want to get a degree is very, very important. The question is, many of your students have secured prominent industry roles post-graduation. What aspects of your program do you think best prepare them for success in the esports industry? I think that the people we select and invite here are kind of already pre-wired for success. There's nothing I plugged into, I don't know, say Matt Ness, for him to become a Cloud9 Rocket League coach, or Alex Moore works at Riot, or Artie Rain, who is singular and maybe one of the greatest natural broadcasters ever. We just had a platform where they could kind of work on that and discover it. But I don't know that there is an element of our program other than we just can do all the things here. We just have these roles where people can slide into them. I think Giovanni Paraiso, who is a local television producer now, came and did some stuff with us, learned with us, made mistakes with us, had me shout headroom over the wall into production so many times, to get that, try to headroom. Oh, how's it looking? Yeah, actually, Ray, this is fantastic headroom, by the way. Prime. And now in 8 years, we have people who have become inspirations to the next people that come, right? They see the people on our wall of fame. They've watched these broadcasts before, and someone like Danner Hill comes in and like, you know what, I want to do this. I want to be good at this. And Danner's really good at this. But he's got people that he can stand on the shoulders of to do, like Jacob, Palmer, maybe the greatest to ever do it here, is able to be a mentor to these folks. It's pretty awesome. As a mentor and leader within the esports community, this is a funny one. As a mentor and leader within the esports community, what lessons or values do you prioritize when guiding peers and advancing industry innovation? Okay, this is so loaded. I pride myself on being a learner from our top level players. My job as a coach is to better understand the players and how they can be successful together. But it is not my job to know more about the game than the players who play it at the highest level. It's my job to learn from those players and help them organize those things. Sure, there are plenty of situations where I will say, hey, you wanted to do this, they do this. I think this is the right place to do this thing or this other thing. Because they've taught me, I'm using the language and the knowledge that they've shared with me to organize it in a way. And I can call people on this, hey, you said that we needed to do this, but we didn't do that, and we didn't have the success we expected. Is now the time to do that, right? So I pride myself on a lot of that's something that I value, and I prioritize continuing to learn, and therefore I think I guide my peers and my colleagues, encourage them to do the same thing. I don't know that I'm really a mentor and a leader. I feel like I'm more on an island than most, but I sure do love my colleagues and will spend time trying to help them out as much as I can. What inspired the concept of PEC, and how do you see it shaping the future? Well, first of all, I don't know how I got credit for PEC, but that's not my idea. That's Joey Gariziak and Chris Bilski. I think the future of college esports is people constructing meaningful scenarios. We care less who the best is, right? The most important thing and where we start to build our championship rings is on a Mountain West championship. And because of that, Mountain West will always be the most important part of our schedule. I believe that PEC is just an example of the coming organization of college esports in meaningful regional or historic matchups, right? I truly believe that's where the most value is, because all of us are trying to identify how to pull in our fan bases. Dan Clark says it best. That is the thing that needs to happen. Esports can't become the rock climbing gym on campus, this cool idea that people had, and now it's just over there. No, we have to develop the fandom, and we develop the fandom by using the existing rivalries, by the meaningful rivalries. We're going to go to the Fiesta Bowl. Well, Matt Wallace, our Mountain West CFB 25 champion, is going to go down and play either the Penn State or the SMU representative from that school at the Fiesta Bowl, where our football team is playing. That is the future. That is the future, I believe. And as long as we're all finding the meaningful matches to us, the school will have value, the fan bases will build, and we'll do well.